What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fallout Camps, the game show that does not exist. I'm a little bit tired right now because this is once again a live episode recorded right after I've just finished work from 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. So I'm a bit tired right now, but the first camp we have is an interesting one. It's built around a satellite dish, and I think it's a pretty interesting one. Now, there was a little locked area right there that I could not find my way into, and even though there was some stuff that was nice, I feel that the design is lacking a little bit. I think it's the interior that's kind of bugging me a little bit. So the interior is kind of bland, design-wise. The layout is pretty nice, but the design. So like you've just got your blank walls. There is a purifier there, so that's 0.5 of a point. And he also has labelled his vendors. So altogether, that gives him an extra 1 point so far. But for the design, it's a little bit compact, it's a little bit tight, and I understand why. I would have changed some of the floors, preferably around this area. I would have given them a different texture, a different skin, as it were. And when we get to the roof, you'll see that the overall kind of look of it isn't really that good. This area is also kind of bland. So do you know what? For the design, I'm going to give him a 5. And for the layout, I'm going to give him a 5. Which basically means it doesn't matter. You've already. Well, you're on a 5. Actually, I've just realised you're actually on a 6 with your design, and you're on a 5 with your layout. Your design was nice. I like the fact that you incorporated the satellite dish. That was very nice. To be honest, my brain is not working, and I should be more nice. So I'm being nice. So you've got a 6 for design, a 5 for layout, and of course we need to head on down and check out your prices. Oh dear lord, I'm sorry that I'm yawning. It's almost time for bedtime for me because I have a 3 a.m. wake-up call tomorrow. But as you can see, we have the markings there, and the prices. Oh, by the way, Gemini, here's some more asylum stuff. Everything but the pink one, or the red one. I can't remember which one you're hunting for. But the prices were actually okay. Some of them were overpriced because they were rarer things to find. I understand this. Excuse me. But yeah, I can dig these prices, man. I can get down with it. I can be part of the crew, as it were. So do you know what? For your prices, I'm going to give you a 6. Everything's kind of everything's kind of marketed good. So that gives you a good old 7 out of 10. Because your average was 6, and you get that extra point. You get a 7 out of 10, my friend. I've gone for the greaser look, but you get a 7 out of 10. Don't you worry. Now, I must apologise for the fact that there is noises through this one. Once again, still don't have music. I don't want to keep just having to copy and paste the same looped track over and over and over again, so I'm trying to find some actual music, but I like this camp. I really, really, really like this camp. The design is really nice, and I think it's just because of the fact that it looks like it belongs. Now, obviously, the metal is probably not the best, and I did like what was going on here with the dome and the fact that he's planted stuff inside. That's very nice. I don't know how you do that. I think you have to break the dome on the floor so that it disappears. But I really did like this design. I like the tiered structure. I like the whole. I'm lost for words. A, because I like it that much, and B, because I'm that tired. There was a little bit of a tight squeeze right here. I would suggest changing this. And you had an open junk extractor. Maybe because people weren't supposed to get in here. I don't know. But yes, I do like the fact that the crafting tables are laid out quite nice. And I try and scoot past this guy. But this is a very nice mixture of the yellow wall and the wood wall. That's very nice. I really like that. So do you know what? For your design, I'm going to give you a 7. For your layout, I'm going to give you a 7. And then, of course, we have your prices to come to. Now, you're on also 1.5 for your extras because you had 3 open water purifiers. So that's not too bad. You're getting up there. You're still not the highest marked one that I've ever had. You're not the highest marky mark in the Funky Punch I've ever had. But let's check out your prices, shall we? Interesting. Some more humming. I'm not happy with the bobblehead prices. 100 is probably the max for that. And let's have a look what we've got in here. And no. Funnily enough, magazines aren't that hard to find anymore, thanks to the people online. So I'm not happy with the fact that those are 200. Now, obviously, it's my own personal opinion on that kind of stuff, but I would say 100 is probably the max, unless it's rare, and is very hard to find. Like, some people have trouble, and I know I've had trouble finding Astoundingly Awesome's 4. That's very hard to come by. So with stuff like that, yes, I could understand. And as we wait for this guy, I'm doing the British thing, and I'm standing in the queue. But I think it probably would have been best to keep them at 100. And once again, I do apologise for the noise. So, do you know, for your prices, I'm going to give you a 5. I'm laying the boot down. And my brain's probably not working 100%, but I'm laying the boot down. The boot has been down. And there's more Asylum stuff, by the way, Gemini. So you've got 2 7s and a 5, which marks it down to a 6, plus the 1.5. You're on 7.5. That's not that bad. To be honest, people have done a lot worse. So you get a thumbs up from me. There we go. By the way, I'm thinking of more of a neutral kind of thing to go for.
Solid.
Instead of just, you know, the weird stuff I do at the end. But here is one that I actually recorded last Friday. I think it was last Friday. Because I knew I would be needing something this awesome. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, once again, the yawning. So let's have a look. There is this really cool pool, and I like the incorporation of the surrounding, you know, stream, cliff, and it is marked as well with point something. It's always, I think it's 1.4, 2.4, 3.4, 4.4. I can't remember, but he's marked. The person has marked their vendors in a weird way, which is funky. But I actually really liked, funnily enough, I really liked this thing, yet the mark I gave it was a walkaway. And I'll explain that in a second. So, obviously, this was recorded last Friday, and I was having different, I've changed my opinions and stuff. Stuff like that does happen. But the design, the overall design of the building is good. It's good enough to be a 7. The layout, however, is cluttered to hell. There is no sense of design whatsoever, and I even helped defend this guy's base. But it just appears, yes, it does appear a little bit, what is it, surreal? You know, the artists that kind of just make things and then call it art, and it's not art. You know, you get surreal, I don't know. I also fix your walls, by the way, for you. But it just kind of looks like, you know, you're like, oh, I'm just going to slap some stuff down. And I did like what was done here. I really did like what was done here. But for your layout, I'm going to have to give you a 5. Because it just felt all willy-nilly and not really thought through. Now, the interior, crocodile, alligator, is 50-50 for me. I like what you've done with the swimming pool, but it feels like you've done both too much and too little on the inside. because it was like some areas were focused on, some weren't. It's like you were doing crack. I don't know, not really. So I'm gonna give you a 5. Yeah, I'll give you a 5 for your layout. I need to stop being so nice to people. I need to actually crack down on the whip, because I'm here to evaluate your camps, and then, you know, through it you can find feedback. But this is what I see: 4x4 or 4.4. It was kind of weird, and I think the real thing that kind of buggered me over was these prices. Now, someone has explained to me that a lot of things when it comes to weapons are kind of marketed from the max cap limit and then down, which I think is a stupid idea, but apparently it happens because there are some things that are worth more than others, to the point where apparently they're worth more than the max cap limit. It's, like I said, I can never wrap my head around this, but it all comes down to preference and stuff, and I accept that. However, those prices are just wonkers for me. For me personally, they are just wonkers. So I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to put the prices at a 5. Now, I haven't seen any water purifiers or anything like that. I haven't seen anything that gets you extra points. So far, you're technically on a 6. You've got two 5s and a 7. So really, you should be on a 5. Oh, I just realised you get 0.5 for having your vendor marked. So that's a 0.5 for marking your vendors. Some of the prices seemed okay. Some of them seemed extortionary. And at one point there was even, I don't know if I've shown it already. Yes, here it is. He's selling something that's broken. Why? That's a dick move. And I think that was the main thing that pushed me over, was the fact that a lot of the stuff was in really good condition, apart from like that one and a few others. So technically you should be on 5.5, which really puts you in the greaser mark, which is the whole, you know, yeah, 50-50 kind of thing. But I guess, obviously, prices are also a preference thing. I understand that. I'd say I gave it a walk away, but I'm gonna give you a 6. I'm gonna be nice and give you a 6. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's me marking that. Obviously, some people will find those markings unfair. That's okay. That's your personal preference. If you want to help me out or figure out how I should price stuff, tweet me at it. Or if you want to join the competition that I still have going. Well, it's not a competition, but the challenge. If you want to do that, make sure to tweet your entries to me as well right here on the screen. Twitter at Beardy. But you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, which hopefully is not right after work, stay awesome.